but I don't
And
deck
we
him.
are.
Or he doesn't deck me.
Oh, we are live. All right.
Oh, we're live.
Ready?
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Let the party begin.
Woo! Dan, you want to start by introducing everybody?
Hi, we are Paradise Ridge at a pizza oven with John and Dusky and myself, Dan, and my wife, Sonia. And we're going to be cooking some pizzas. We're going to be drinking some rosé and having a lot of fun. First pizza's in. And this is a pork sausage, red pepper,
Wow,
cheese pizza, looking good. It was in there about a minute.
Are you guys
So we
hungry?
got this thing stokingly hot. Anyone hungry out there? Because we've got pizza for everybody.
Huh?
Look at that.
We might even let you
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
in. It is beautiful. We're so lucky you got this oven.
I know. This actually survived the fire. So it's
It's
one
like
of
the one standing.
Woo, yeah.
It is.
We'll
It
call
really-
it Sonoma Strong.
Yes. That's right. There we go.
Cheers to that, baby.
Cheers.
6 feet.
Yes.
6 feet, 6 feet. I think that's because 2 arms and a glass is 6 feet.
That is 6 feet.
Yeah.
That's why we're allowed to be.
Yeah, like a British imperial 6 feet.
Glad you got that right.
One of those, like, what's an imperial pint? Who knows?
It's a yard. It's 2 yards in England.
And I love rosé with pizza.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Boom.
That is so perfect.
Well, let's dive in.
I'm ready.
Exactly. It did just come out of like a 1,000-degree oven, so
Yeah.
it might be warm.
You want to
Be
wait
careful
a minute
with
there?
yourself.
Exactly.
Let's let it
Let's
sit.
let it
Let's
sit.
let it-
There's nothing like getting that first slice and
While you're trying to talk to people.
chugging
Yeah,
it with
it's less
rosé. Exactly.
pleasurable than that first sip of coffee. You know? Like it might.
Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the rosé and maybe why it pairs
Okay,
well?
that's well.
Okay.
It pairs well. Pairs well with lots of different fruits because of the natural acidity, the brightness of the wine, clean, simple, and that lets it find the food, and the food find the wine. That's really it. It's made from fruit grown here on our estate, Syrah and Grenache blend, made in a very traditional French style. So we picked that fruit at lower bricks than we were making a regular still wine. We press those clusters very gently. Release that juice just enough time in the press to get a little pink on that fruit, and then we treat it like a white wine from there on, almost similarly to a Sauvignon Blanc. It is fermented and bottled and then ready for you. The 2019, we're drinking the 18, is on the last case or two of that. The 19 is coming out with our new package.
Is this
Can
the
you-
unveil?
Ooh, no,
It's
I
not
don't
great.
think it's the unveil. I'm not sure why we have this, but
It is.
Dan, don't do it. It's the temptation. It's the I don't know what are we going to do with this yet. I think that's still
think
to
that
be
pizza's
revealed later.
I think
Stay-
that pizza
stay
is
with
perfect
us.
right now.
Oh, we're going to be
Look at-
drinking it and
he's
telling you
asking
how
for
wonderful it
permission.
is, and then you guys will have to see the
This is
packaging
one-
later.
This is awesome, John. You
But
Oh,
so
wow,
the
yeah.
acidity
It's not
in
even
the
Italian.
rosé. Look at it. How high, honey?
Sorry, you can't keep going. It keeps getting larger.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna go right.
Actually, yeah, I can do it like once more.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Woo!
Whoa.
All right. Thank you. You know, I'll take one with it. Yeah, I know it's hard to choose. Oh,
I
that's
came
amazing.
hungry.
Anybody
I
else
came
out
hungry.
there? A slice of pizza.
You might have to
Oh,
steal a shot. Hold on, get down.
What the heck? He wasn't invited. We would all just like.
He was invited.
Oh, he was invited.
Yeah, he's the
He's always
riffraff.
invited.
We let in.
Oh,
I left the
He is
gate
part
open.
of the
I'm sorry.
family, yeah.
I apologize.
This is amazing.
perfect.
So what makes this pizza
Wow.
go with the rosé?
Nice crust.
Like the acidity in the rosé with the acidity in the tomato sauce is perfect.
That's right.
Rosé and tomatoes are happy partners in a dance.
Yeah.
But also the cheese, like the fattiness of the cheese wants something lean.
That's right.
So this like wakes up your palate
It
and
is
you
really
can
good,
just
isn't it?
keep eating more pizza.
Wow, I think Dan can just take off. You got this.
Just keep eating
I'm
more
out of
pizza.
here.
I'm like, I don't know that we even. Who's this guy? What's
That's
going
good.
on? I was gonna say like Dusky should do most of the talking. I don't. I'm just here to make
You
pizza.
just carry on. You just keep cooking.
But this
Whoa there,
crust,
chef.
This-
Slow down.
this crust is unbelievable. It's like this light and crispy, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Really, honestly, this is amazing.
We,
John-
we wish you all could join
I
us.
know, I
but
feel
let
bad.
me tell you, when you can join us, we are doing wines and sunsets this
Right.
summer.
Yeah.
So our food truck is going to be here July 22, August 5, and September 9. And there's more events with more food trucks. So you can come to Wine and Sunsets and have an amazing time here yourself.
Yes.
Join us.
Yes. Join us.
That's what this
It's amazing.
upper deck is for.
Oh, you throw everything.
Yeah. It's good. So what sort of temperature do you think this oven is, John?
I think the oven is about 900 degrees.
900
something in that
degrees.
neighborhood.
Wow.
It's hot.
It's hot.
And that's what you want for that sort of like, when they talk about like a Neapolitan
Yeah,
style.
that's probably
The
not
oven's
very-
almost too hot and it gets sort of blistered.
Go
Like you
with
see the
floor
little,
right there.
it's got the little burns up on the bottom that are so delicious.
It's amazing.
You know,
It really, honestly, is amazing. That is a beautiful pizza.
yeah, we're.
I eat a lot of pizza. Dan makes really nice
Yeah.
pizzas at home.
Now at
This
home,
is
your oven won't get to 900 degrees, probably
right.
500, maybe 550 is your maximum temperature. So you want to get yourself a pizza stone and put that in and get that screaming hot. What I do in the oven is I get it up to 500, and then I turn the grill on, and then heat that stone up even more, and then that is as good as you're going to get for doing a pizza
Yeah.
at home.
Is grill? You mean broil?
Broil, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. For
Grill,
for the
broil.
Americans in the crowd.
Well, I'm looking at
I've been broiled a few times.
And that's how it should be
Uh-huh.
for someone like you.
Mhm. Yep.
Were there any
Definitely broil.
particular questions we were supposed to be
Oh, yeah.
answering? Just out of
What
curiosity.
started the relationship with Paradise Ridge and Zazu?
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It starts from the very, very beginning.
exactly.
The
It starts at a whole
very-
different restaurant.
Yeah. It did. It started.
I went
mean,
to your daughter Bridie's first birthday.
I did too.
My wife did too,
So
That's
we
20 years ago.
John and I met in Seattle, and we were chefs up in Seattle. But my mother lives in Healdsburg, and our wedding was catered by Michael and Lori Darling, who had Cafe Lolo. And they would do all the
Oh.
weddings here at Paradise Ridge. And so they did our wedding. Sadly, we weren't here. I wish we were here. But we were
at our own wedding.
Yes. We had a wonderful wedding, even
Mucho
though it was
important.
not here at this beautiful, amazing spot. But so Lori and Michael did our wedding, and they told us we should move here. So we put an offer in on a restaurant here, and they were part of that whole process of us sealing the
They-
deal and moving here. And they were very much a part of your family at the same time.
Yeah.
They were
They
awesome.
did
So-
our wedding as well. I don't
yeah.
know if you knew that.
Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
Laura and Michael did our wedding as well here. But it was so it's really amazing. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that
So-
we had that in
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
got
know.
connected very early on. We had a French fry course at our wedding. Did you?
Oh no, we did not. We did not. Dan was in charge of the menu. I always let Dan
Yeah.
work with Michael and
And
create
yeah,
this.
Michael did this beautiful lamb chop, so that was
Oh.
high on the list for
Yeah.
me
Incredible.
for lamb cutlets.
Yeah.
They were just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go way back before babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after babies.
BK.
Yeah. I know.
exactly.
And now look at us. We've got kids that are college bound.
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy.
It is. It's
So
amazing.
it's been a long
I
time.
think
Which
it's
means they're just
awesome.
living on the couch.
Yeah.
Right, you know,
Flattening the curve. Just are you at school or are you watching TikTok videos? I was at school. Okay. I believe you. I don't know. Is it breakfast? Or are you learning? I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Everyone's in the kitchen.
John and I were saying one of the most commonly asked questions from our children is, "What's for dinner?"
Mhm.
And because we know we cook, and that's they've been brought up with this amazing food from this incredible place, Sonoma County.
Yeah.
And I might say my son has been brought up on your bacon.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
That's
It's
it.
a good. It's not a bad
Yes.
habit to have.
Yeah.
We like that habit.
Yeah. It's a it's a
You
great habit.
have a new job.
I
Which
have
I
a
want you
new
to
crazy
tell us
job.
about. Tell
Wow,
us
I'm
about,
so
Dusty.
excited about this.
I feel crazy lucky. So I'm running a nonprofit that's called Farm to Pantry, and we rescue food from Sonoma County farms and we deliver it to people in need. And so obviously in this really hard time that all of us are going through together, the food system has broken.
Yeah.
And so we have been able to come in and rescue food. We're rescuing food for about 15,000 people a week.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible what happens in
Amazing.
Sonoma County.
Yeah.
Like everything grows here. Luckily, I know so many farmers, and so we've been able to bring the most immunity boosting fruits and vegetables to those boxes and bags in those long lines.
Wow.
We're now at over 72,000 people unemployed in Sonoma County.
Wow.
Which
And you
is
just crossed 1 million pounds of food?
we just 2 million.
2 million pounds of
So
food.
we hit a
so
record
wine
last
for that.
week.
Yeah.
They
two-
had no idea what they were hiring when they brought Dusky on.
2
I can
million
believe it.
servings.
Dusty, I can't
produce.
imagine a more perfect place for you to be putting your.
No, because Dusky
Some
was
of your
volunteering
energy.
with them when it started.
Yeah, I decided. So
Oh, I forgot.
so
It's the
John
top.
and
It's not where
I,
I keep my tools.
as
Dirt on
you-
the ground.
as you know, and as everybody did in Sonoma County during the fires,
Yeah.
like in the fires, everybody jumps to action on how they can give back.
Right.
And so in the fires, it was kind of easy to figure out what to do.
Right.
Like you just start cooking and
Yeah,
you
fresh
deliver
and ready.
meals to firefighters and evacuees, and that's
Right.
obvious. But cheers, baby.
Cheers.
But I have to honor the sip of the goodness.
The sip of the goodness.
Before
Whatever
we-
that is, but sure.
It's my excuse.
Yes. Yes.
Do we
But
have?
in the pandemic, it was a different issue, right?
Right.
Like I didn't want to be in a kitchen cooking because that was a scary thing to be tight in a small space.
Yeah.
So I instead went out into the fields, and so I
Wow.
started volunteering in the fields because that felt safe. And then when I found out their executive director position was open, I applied.
That's amazing.
So
Dusky is one of the, wait, I want to say,
Alright.
you are one of the most inspirational people I know. I honestly, when I watch everything you do,
You guys have
you
fought the
inspire
fight
me.
pretty well.
Well,
I'm like,
yeah, but the beauty of
wasn't
you
here 2
is
years
you
ago.
gave,
It was
you gave me so
3
much
years ago
strength
or
when we
whenever,
were going
4 or
through
5.
what we did. You did, and I just keep watching you give people strength, which is like an amazing quality. So
thank you.
cheers. to
Cheers
everything
to
you do.
you.
So here's an opportunity. If there are any farmers out there or people have produce, how large or small does this have to be?
It does not have to be large. Let me tell you, if you've got 2 fruit trees in your backyard, we can come and rescue that food if you're not going to pick it all. And how you reach us is you go to farmtopantry.org and you would hit the grow button because that's what you're doing. You are growing,
Okay.
and we will come and get that food and we will get it to people in need. So
Wow.
please head to our website and let us know if you have anything we need to gather from your land. We'll do the hard work and we'll get it to people who are hungry. Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause
Cheers.
if you have 2 fruit trees, you have 1 fruit tree too many.
I have 2 peach trees, and they're laden. this year.
Yes, we're
And
ready.
And I dropped 90% of the fruit. There was so much fruit on them that I went in really early, and
Yeah,
but
and thin
these
them.
things are laden.
Well, we're
it's a
ready,
very-
baby.
I-
Like you should take as many as you can do, and then we'll take the rest.
Maybe I'll make some peach jam. Will you accept peach jam?
Exactly, 100%.
That's what we do.
We'll take anything.
No, I think it's a good way to-
We're not
good way to do
choosy.
it. They don't travel so good.
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah.
that.
I feel like we
Yeah.
need to. Can I share this with? We have some people from Paradise Ridge who are watching from
Yeah.
the back.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite pizzas.
Is
you
it
should
okay?
eat some
What,
of
tell-
it.
Yeah.
Say what's on there.
It's a chipotle, so it's onion. It's onion. You don't melt the cheese on it. You just finish it with Parmesan when it comes out, and then I put some Maldon salt on there because for some reason I like onions with just like a little bit too much salt,
Yeah.
like a super like crunchy, salty salt.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm like, well, do I
It's
eat
like
or
my
do I-
favorite.
do I share or do I eat? I don't know which to
I
do
don't know,
right
you can
now.
eat and then share.
Are you gonna grab a piece?
I'm gonna share. You,
And
you
Chris,
You're
you
gonna
might
share.
need to get on camera.
Yeah.
You can't really hide over there anymore.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
party.
Okay.
Okay,
Join the
I
party.
will do what you need me to do. I'm
I
here for them.
need
I am
you.
supportive of everything that these people do at all times. I will eat the pizza with them. I promise I will.
We need you.
Well, I have a good question that came in.
Here,
What is your
be
favorite
some of your
Paradise Ridge wine to pair with the bacon?
Woo!
Is it the convict?
Yeah, the bacon, Pinot and bacon have got this special little thing, groove going on. Everything's better with Pinot, everything's better with bacon. I don't know how to fix that.
You don't
Say
need to
something
fix.
that-
That's
no.
a solid marriage right
It
there.
really is. So
A
that means you'll allow
BLT with
Pinot for
Pinot
breakfast.
is BLT and Pinot is like one of the greatest
Yeah,
pairings in the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Especially if you have really good tomatoes, heirlooms like which will be coming into season at some point soon, and then also great lettuce like we have here in.
And
Sonoma
what
County.
happened over here? Is this a
That's a
Pinot?
Cabernet.
That's a
Oh
Cabernet.
my
yeah.
goodness.
It's like
We're just
one
gonna have to raid the
It's
cellar.
like the red.
I'm like, we need one of everything. Don't you think?
That'll be
Yeah,
late.
you
I
gotta
don't
slow
want to
down. Yeah, okay.
watch that.
Yeah, let's not.
The video has to turn off at some point. Good, isn't it? That crust is so amazing. It really is light. Do you, are these homemade? You made these?
Yeah, I made everything.
Okay.
I would have. Dan offered to get some dough, but I would have looked silly.
Yeah.
You know another connection. I think you know this. I don't know if you know, but Edda's was one of the places we went on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
there you go.
John and I
Yeah.
met at a restaurant in Seattle called Edda's, which is in the Pike Place Market. He was a line cook and I was a sous chef.
Yeah.
And he was the crab cake guy because I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
John, that's such a big of a name.
I can't remember the name John.
And I believe it was the only kitchen I've ever worked at where I was the only John.
Because we worked
Like
with,
for like 14
we had-
months. I
And
was
they
the
all
only
called you
cousins.
John.
crab cake guy?
he was crab cake guy. And the funny thing is, we don't really eat seafood because we don't raise seafood.
All right.
Yeah.
We
But-
spent, I think we spent 5 hours on
Isn't there
that.
like a story about the tattoo?
Oh yeah, there was, but we're not going to share that.
No,
story.
no.
Brian, you get to keep that one.
Yeah, we went into Edda's at 11 o'clock on the last day of our honeymoon, and we left there, I think, at 4 o'clock to go straight to the,
What year was
Airport.
that? Because I'm wondering if we were there.
that was 1995, May of 1995. Were you there?
I was there.
96.
Oh, you were
Yeah.
there?
I was there.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
It was the day the Galloping Gourmet came in.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Lived
I think he
upstairs.
lived close. Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
lived in those condos right up on top
I
of
think
it.
so. He was in there every day, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Galloping Great Ray.
God.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That
He
is
doesn't really
crazy.
eat food. I think he just like beef eaters.
No, he was eating. He had.
Oh,
a
he was?
guest- He had a
Yeah.
guest, and he was having
I'm
lunch.
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you went there. That is so
I know.
awesome.
I
It
know.
was. I think
It
it
was
was,
one of our
it was maybe
favorite-
like a 2-bottle lunch. I'm sure of it.
John and I went back there this past fall because
Uh-huh.
we were on a cruise, if you can believe it. Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
No.
I would.
I can't.
This shows you pre-COVID. We
Yeah.
were on a cruise from Canada to San Diego, and we were the entertainment at sea. So we would do demos, and we would do food tours in every city along the way. And so
Yeah. So-
we did a food tour of the Pike Place Market, and we took them all to Edda's. And we
Wow.
all had drinks at Edda's. Anyway, that's so funny. But this was before.
Yeah.
This was like a great cruise.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we
So
were in
you guys were
Vancouver
on-
and Seattle and Portland,
Yep, in San Francisco.
San Francisco, Monterey, San Diego.
And you got to choose the restaurants you'd visit?
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
or like we went through like in
That's my
the
kind
Pike
of
Place
cruise.
Market. We went through and like just did a lot of shopping, and then
Mhm.
came back to the boat, and then made not like an entire menu, but just like
Right.
menu items.
Right.
It was
Dusty
so
got
fun.
flowers. They gave us this huge budget.
Yeah,
Dusty bought
they-
flowers for the
They
tables.
gave me all
like,
this money to spend
a whole
every
cheese
day.
course. She
So
went
I
to-
bought flowers for everybody and cheese for everybody. I was like,
All right. I want to be, if you're going to ever do that, I don't know if you will.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
it
ever
was-
do.
it was
The
actually-
day
I'm
of
on
the
it.
and it was
cruise
smaller.
buffet
It was only like
Oh,
250 people.
Oh.
It was a smaller, right? Was it 250?
That's a small
what, the
cruise.
cruise?
The
Yeah.
boat? Yeah, it was
250.
Wow.
So it wasn't like we've done,
We've done huge ones.
and they're less like you're just literally
Right.
like the entertainment at sea.
But this was pretty intimate and like trying to be special,
Mhm.
you know?
That sounds
So one
awesome.
more question.
All right.
Yes.
So we're obviously enjoying the rosé with some amazing pizzas, but if you had the Sauv Blanc with you, what kind of pizza would you pair with that?
Oh.
Oh!
But I know there'll be some fresh herbs on it. I think that really does pop that Sauvignon
Well,
Blanc.
let's get some Chris Sawyer in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
do you
Sawyer.
think
You know, one
would
of the
you
most-
even go to asparagus or
One,
no?
one of the great
Asparagus.
One of the great pizzas I've ever had. I got to give some credits here to Glen Ellen Star. They made a French onion soup pizza one time, and it was caramelized onions, and it was really minimal stuff on top of it, but it was the wild thyme that was really the key. Like, it's putting fresh thyme on top of that with Gruyere, and then sprinkling French thyme. And I think with your Sauvignon Blanc, especially the one that you do, the very special one, it really is a little bit more aromatic, has a little bit more body texture. I think that would be a beautiful, beautiful pairing.
I love your Sauvignon Blanc.
There's
Me too. I make it for me. Well, I don't.
I think goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
That's a
Goat
classic.
cheese and arugula.
Oh,
yeah, I think
that sounds
spinach
really good,
and you could do arugula if you can,
Oh my.
because actually, arugula is a sexy thing. It's an aphrodisiac. Just saying that, you everyone out
I
there.
just want you to know that's why I love it so much.
Yeah. There's a sex factor to arugula, you guys. Just so you know. If I say anything
Only
today
from
that
soya.
makes any difference, that's it.
Wow.
Arugula,
Never
is
heard
sex
that.
boy.
I have to tell you a funny story
Say a couple
about
of things.
food aphrodisiacs.
Okay.
So when John and I first started dating before we were married, I had to have my tonsils out. And I was going kind of crazy because I'm not a still person. I need to be busy all the time, and I had to lay low for like 2 weeks.
Speaking of arugula,
Speaking
Oh.
of sexy,
Yes, well, that is a beauty.
Take
Look at
this, Sawyer.
That
That's really
is
good.
absolutely amazing.
That's your kind of pizza. Isn't
That
it?
is
Oh,
my
yeah.
kind of pizza.
But so I have to
Something.
tell you,
it's like
at
fancy salad pizza. You know,
it is a salad pizza.
You fold it in half.
This would be amazing with a little goat cheese.
So there's
with the
bacon underneath
Sauvignon
it. So
Blanc.
it's
Yeah, I
at a
think
stretch of
goat cheese.
BLT.
Yeah.
Like not exactly, but there's
Oh.
bacon and
It's
arugula.
as good as we're gonna get
Right now, yeah. We're a few weeks out.
That
on
is the
tomatoes.
most beautiful. Did
This
you
is
do
a BLT pie.
I'm going to do this
So
for
I
those
don't
of
know,
you who
because
might
I
not
really
be
like
able to
black
see it. This
pizza.
is
Yeah.
a beautiful pizza.
Um,
Unbelievable.
John and Dusky are now traveling the county with their little black piglet truck and are
Yes.
showcasing what they do in a food truck. And they're going to be here at Paradise Ridge 3 times this summer.
3 times. We got July 22, August 5, and September 9.
So they're going to be
Once
here.
a month.
Yeah.
But you can come every
We also have
single
to do a
Wednesday.
shout out. I'm sorry. I know that it's Paradise Ridge. We have to do a shout out to Davis family. And
Yeah.
you guys are there every Friday, Saturday,
We are-
Sunday?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
we are at Davis Family Vineyards every Friday, Saturday, Sunday from
It's
noon
in
to 4 in
Mhm.
Healdsburg.
First turn off
Right.
to Healdsburg, you're already there.
Yeah.
You're already there.
They're amazing people,
Thank you.
and yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Of
and they're
course.
kind of the
Right.
whole reason the food truck exists.
Yeah.
Because we were going to run a little thing over there
Yeah.
out of our place in Healdsburg, Bobolo.
Yeah.
And then the health department wasn't cool with that. But you can't have a food truck in Healdsburg. It can't have a motor in it.
Oh.
I don't know if that was a minute in time or whatever. But, it's Healdsburg, so it can't have a motor in it. So we got a trailer. They kind of fought us a lot. And,
It's hot.
We figured out
and it's
the
all
way.
about serving a BLT. Like, really, we just want to serve you, like, the greatest BLT
And
that
it
we
is
can
the
produce.
greatest. It is.
And
the
they
There's a
They
whole
have
the
menu,
best
but the
BLT.
whole thing is a front for the
They
BLT.
really do.
It's amazing.
But
We
the
went
char
out
siu
to-
pork sandwich is pretty damn
Oh
good.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I love pork.
Have you been?
I have.
Dan and I bond
I
over
love
pork
these
a
guys,
lot.
yeah.
So
And the chicken wings, the Korean chicken
Yeah.
wings are pretty damn good.
So we were there. Dan and I went. I think the first weekend you guys were there, and it for all of you who have been, we've all been cooped up. It felt so great to be out and to be experiencing life again, and it really
Yeah.
was amazing.
well, it's sort of like
experience.
how this is a really awesome spot. Like Davis
Yeah.
is a great spot.
Oh yeah,
You can be on the square in Healdsburg,
Uh-huh.
and if you're not from here,
Yeah.
you can have no idea where the actual Russian River is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's no development on the Russian River.
Yeah.
No one. They're
No.
like, oh, we're in the Russian River Valley.
yeah,
But like, where's the river?
right.
And like, why there's no anything over there? Like, somebody
There
should
was.
serve French fries.
There was at one point. I saw,
So that I took on as my quest.
Yeah,
we
that's
serve
awesome.
French fries
It's-
on the river.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
So-
and you really can see the river too. And I think that the other thing about the Davis family property is there's a great garden place out there. There's a lot of space, a nice
Yeah.
seating. The wines are good, just
Yeah.
like here.
the wines are so good. Yeah,
And-
Yeah.
The
Guy
wines
really
are
knows what he's
and-
doing.
and there is a lot of
we love
space
them
there.
just like we love them.
So
you know?
I know about another tasting room that's open and
Yeah.
it has
Sorry.
beautiful space.
Bring it on home. Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Maddie. Sorry.
Open for tasting.
We're open for tasting.
Exactly.
We are,
I think those are your 2 stops when you come visit
Yeah.
us.
do
I
you
think
want
they're
to
here
tell us when
and
we're open and what we're
Davis,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're open by Paradise Ridge is open for tasting again. We're so excited. And we're open at, we have seatings at 11, 1, and 3. And so we have some wine club seating and we also have general seating. And it's been really amazing to have people back. We miss people. You know, that's one of the things we love is hospitality and people. So it's so great to have people back here. We have some amazing charcuterie and cheese platters that we're offering. So we have so when you come here, you can add that to what you're doing with your wines, and it's really, really fantastic. You have amazing wines made by Dan. You sit here, you look over the vineyards where those wines are grown. We also have gone, I guess I should talk a little about the winery. So we have done a lot with sustainability since the fires. It always was. My parents were raised us very much to be in tune with what was around us.
Ooh.
So even when we put in this winery, only 1 tree was ever removed. So this is we're 40 years ago. So we've really been here a long time doing the right thing. But Dan has taken it to the next level. We now have sheep on the property. We have cows on the property. We're getting goats soon, and we're getting chickens. So we're trying to really increase our biodiversity here on the property because we know that's the healthiest way to be. So we're really trying to make this be a place where you can come in 40 years and really experience health and happiness. So the next generation.
The property is whole.
Yeah.
And I think the biodiversity is that we have everything here doing what they're doing naturally.
Yeah.
We don't use any herbicides. We use only the minimum amount of pesticides, which are classified as organic. So really we're farming what I can only describe as naturally. So we want everything that should be here, living here and thriving here. To give you an idea, if you have a healthy acre of vines, insects in that acre of vines, that's above the soil, in the grasses, in the vines, and underneath the soil, weigh as much as 2 elephants, which is an incredible fact. Maybe it's a fact.
That is amazing.
Isn't it? Cool. So if you use pesticides and if you use herbicides in particular, you diminish that population considerably. And it's an important part of what we're doing and making it sustainable, which means it will be here for generations. We have the skies are filled with raptors and birds, the forests and the woodlands are filled with animals that should be there, and we still can grow vines and grow wonderful fruit in that same environment. And that, I think, is very, very special opportunity that we're doing. And I feel very excited to be a guy, butcher from England, to be doing that.
No,
Yeah.
and using sheep
Cheers.
and goats in your
I know.
vineyards.
We're
is
now
amazing.
actually working with the sheep so they can actually leaf the vines. So when you're
Are they baby dolls? Or are they?
No, they're
No,
sort of
they're-
somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is have airflow through the fruit while it's growing, and we want to remove those lower leaves just below that fruit. And we're in the process of training these sheep just to eat those lower leaves. And not every sheep is equal, so we're sort of fine-tuning that. But you can see some
Exactly.
experiments.
You'll never train a goat.
No. They eat everything, right?
Yeah.
And so what we're also doing is we're growing food in the vineyard, and they're doing a job that would be mechanized before and turning it into food, which I think is awesome.
I was just today with Kelly Parsons of Parsons Tomato,
Yeah.
and her daughter
Mm.
is working on the sheep that you're talking about, going through your vineyard.
Really?
Really?
Yes. So it's amazing. Like totally full circle.
Wow.
We're friends with them.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
didn't know that.
I know.
No idea.
They give us tomatoes.
Sonoma County is a
So
small
it
place.
is
I
a
Yeah,
guess.
small-
exactly.
We use their tomatoes
Uh-huh.
before the tomato season starts.
Mhm.
Like when the tomato season starts, you can pick a tomato at Davis Family and then we'll put it in your sandwich. But before the season starts,
Right.
we use Parsons tomatoes, which is a local hothouse, greenhouse tomato
Right.
on Wood Road in Santa Rosa. And their daughter is working with livestock management to go through vineyards
Wow.
right
Like
here.
these particular ones, or
Yes,
just-
right
yeah?
here.
Cool.
Wow.
Right here.
What?
Yes.
Because I was going
I'm
to say,
so-
where do you keep the animals?
Well, she said that there's 2 new
I'm
interns.
like,
Maybe
maybe
she's
it's
one of
small.
she's a new intern. There's 2 interns that have just joined last
Oh.
week. Maybe she's one of the
Yeah,
interns.
she might be
Wow.
one of the newest interns.
It's awesome.
So cool.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
We could be here for
So-
hours talking.
We
to
could.
them. We have a
Let's
lot of
figure
Exactly.
out all the interweavings.
But there was one other thing that you also did today. Okay, you talking
Oh,
about amazing.
We do so many things in one day,
Yes.
don't we?
What did you do this
So,
morning?
John and I are a part of a group of 275 chefs raising money for hunger prevention and relief for an organization called Share Our Strength, with a focus on no kid hungry. So basically, Share Our Strength is funding programs that make sure that no kid ever goes hungry, because that is not how you can learn and how you can grow to be a better person.
Right.
So both John and I committed to ride this year 300 miles in 3 days, but of course everything changed. So instead, chefs all over the country who committed to do this are riding in their own communities. So John and I rode this morning through the Dry Creek Valley, and we're going to ride also tomorrow afternoon through the Dry Creek Valley. You can join this effort if you choose to by funding our rides at chefscycle.org, which is CHEFS CYCLE.org. And you can put in my name, Dusky Estes, or John Stewart. His name is easier.
John, yes.
John, yeah,
John,
super
it's
common
John.
spelling.
Yep.
Shrimp boy.
Crab cake bowl.
Crab cake, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put in crab cake guy.
Exactly.
But at any rate, we're trying to change, obviously, what's broken in our food system in all the ways that we can. So join us in this crazy bike ride, and we'll do it again next year when it's for
Yeah,
real.
next year it's gonna actually happen.
Yeah.
Dusky did it last year
Cheers.
here.
I know. I remember.
I did it last year with Liza at Spinster and Dominica at Catelli's. Amazing women. They're trying to
Yes.
get more women
And it was like
involved.
the most brutal, like it was that last crazy storm weekend. There were trees that came down. It was raining the whole time.
Yeah, it
I
rained
remember
Dusky
for 2
really
days
hadn't
straight.
trained enough,
I remember meeting.
but she
you
can
after
force
that.
her body to do
What?
anything.
I couldn't
She's
That's
even
what I
walk.
love. That's what I
She's
talked
like,
about.
I'm just gonna do this, you know.
I think we saw you right after that. But the thing is, that's why you inspire so many people. It's
Oh no,
like you
Dusky
just-
is incredibly competitive. So they finished at the Flamingo Hotel. So Dusky and Dominica and some other guy finished
Woody.
absolutely last.
I was
Dead
TFL.
last. They had
TFL
so-
people.
Yeah, but you can't use the F word.
I said F.
I know. I'm just saying it's last. But no. So there were a large. There's hundreds of chefs who finished this race like hours earlier
before.
in a bar.
Hours.
So they've been
hours,
drinking.
Hours.
They're having a good time. Dusky and Dominica and Woody show up with four motorcycle cops escorting them. They're opening the roads behind them. This throng of chefs is cheering. She sends me this text like, I finished dead last, and it was awesome.
That's awesome.
It's like
So
the only
cool.
time I was proud to be
With Dominica
last.
too, which I
I
love.
love Dominica.
Yeah,
too.
Dominica had some of
Dominica's
those like,
Awesome.
those like shiny kind of safety blankets.
Yeah.
She'd one like wrapped around her head. It was like trailing behind her, maybe under her helmet. I don't know if she was trying to protect her hair. I don't.
She always looks good.
She
I'm
always
just
does
saying.
She always does look good. Whatever she's got wrapped around, she
So,
looks
so
good.
Dominica's from Gatelli's in Geyserville,
In
which is
Geyserville.
another one of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Italian, you can sit outside in the summer.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah.
so many
Awesome.
outdoor seats. You're
Yeah.
safe at
Yeah.
Catelli's.
You're safe.
You heard that, Dominica. And Nick. Yeah, Nick too. Somebody,
You're
brother,
safe.
brother Nick.
So many shout outs today.
Yeah.
Just like you're
Great
safe here.
shout out.
As long as there's outdoor space.
Yeah.
We don't.
You are
live-
safe here at Paradise Ridge
Right.
too. Look at this beautiful outside.
Yes. So I guess my last thing about that is we do have Wines and Sunsets starting next Wednesday, July 1st. Everything will be social distance. You will have all the space you want and need, and then have a beautiful sunset to enjoy. So we hope we see you here. And on the dates that the Black Piglet will be here as well. I don't remember them as well as you do.
I do. July 22, August 5, September 9. But come to every single one.
Yes.
You need to come to every Wednesday.
Yes, every Wednesday. We hope to see you here. So, any other questions? Or are we all good?
No,
All
our
right.
time.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers!
Hold on.
Great job.
You're amazing.
Oh,
I
you're
love
amazing.
you. You're amazing.
So is it
I'm
up
standing
here
in the pizza oven.
this year, or is it down there still?
No, it's here this year.
Okay.